cause that's what I like to see. Live up to that hype for me, then you'll be your place with me. Yeah, I think I want you, girl, I ain't gon' lie. Do what you want to, girl, don't be so shy. I'll hit the blunt too, girl, let's go get high. Let's go get high, let's go get high. I think I want you, girl, I ain't gon' lie. Do what you want to, girl, don't be so shy. I'll hit the blunt too, girl, let's go get high. Let's go get high, let's go get high. Do you love me like you say you love me? Or is it just when you high and when you sippin' bubbly? I know all these shorties on it make it hard to trust me, but I'm thinking to myself like how you just so lovely. You so selfless with yourself, you put no one above me. Always keep that business to yourself and never rush me. I was thinking like I couldn't let no shorty cuff me, but I'm copping you with locking you like it's a must thing. I hope you got my back like you won't ever cut me. You quote me when I rap, ain't never try to hush me. You know that I'm not mad, I just needed adjusting. You wrote me, I wrote back, so time to go discuss things. Let's go get high.
Hey, Lifeway.
Yeah.
Candy.
Yeah.
25.
I think I want you, girl, I ain't gon' lie. Do what you want to, girl, don't be so shy. I'll hit the blunt too, girl, let's go get high. Let's go get high, let's go get high. I think I want you, girl, I ain't gon' lie. Do what you want to, girl, don't be so shy. I'll hit the blunt too, girl, let's go get high. Let's go get high, let's go get high. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, come and get high with me. Look at the sky with me. You said you would try with me, and you surprising me. Come see the sunrise with me, cause that's what I like to see. Yeah, that's what I like to see. You come and ride with me, you come and vibe with me. There's no need to fight with me, ain't no need to cry with me. It won't be goodbyes for me. You keep getting high with me, just like I'ma ride for you. I know you the type for me. Yeah. I know you the type for me. Keep on that life for me. I'ma need you in my sight for me, cause that's what I like to see. Live up to that hype for me, then you'll be your place with me. Yeah, I think I want you, girl, I ain't gon' lie. Do what you want to, girl, don't be so shy. I'll hit the blunt too, girl, let's go get high. Let's go get high, let's go get high. I think I want you, girl, I ain't gon' lie. Do what you want to, girl, don't be so shy. I'll hit the blunt too, girl, let's go get high. Let's go get high, let's go get high. Do you love me like you say you love me? Or is it just when you high and when you sippin' bubbly? I know all these shorties on it make it hard to trust me, but I'm thinking to myself like how you just so lovely. You so selfless with yourself, you put no one above me. Always keep that business to yourself and never rush me. I was thinking like I couldn't let no shorty cuff me, but I'm copping you with locking you like it's a must thing. I hope you got my back like you won't ever cut me. You quote me when I rap, ain't never try to hush me. You know that I'm not mad, I just needed adjusting. You wrote me, I wrote back, so time to go discuss things. Let's go get high.
Show lights. Boom. There we go. Welcome to Relationship Talk with G's, where our conversations aim to keep you pleased. I'm your boy A1 G's, and you are now welcome to the Guru's house. Take your shoes off when entering.
So many things we can do. Room for us too. We can do it, baby. Rose petals, candles lit. I clap my hands in. Right like special the room. Dim it for you. Know you had a long day. Let me take away your pain. Give me all of your emotions. Land it like a plane on your back if I can hold it. Life is but a dream that you manifest slowly. So fuck a fantasy, this your motherfucking moment. This your motherfucking moment. This your motherfucking moment. 7 whole days, how you leave me on vacation. All inside you, I can't leave. 97 degrees, come get some vitamin D. Call your nigga up, say you boss a piece of shit. You mandated OT. Let me fuck you back to sleep. Give me all of your emotions. Knock it out the park with that piece of where you throwing it. Your trick catching light came on, I might have to tow it. This ain't no Hell Kitty, but she ride me like a pony. Girl, it's your motherfucking moment. Girl, it's your motherfucking moment. Girl, it's your motherfucking moment. It's your motherfucking moment.
Was broken. This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now. Because we are raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you're climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. Oh, y'all ain't gonna talk back to me this morning.
You heard it. You heard it. You heard it right. You heard it good and well. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. There was plenty of people that said the same message in many different ways, shapes, and forms. Kendra G, Dr. Umar Johnson, O'Shea Duke Jackson, Fresh and Fit Podcast. There are a number of people, including the people who disagree with him. But I find it funny that who this him is. Him as in, oh, y'all hate to hear his name? Kevin Samuels? Kevin Samuels? That Kevin Samuels guy that gave the salute? Because that's what he's doing to you right now. He's saying salute to all my troops that are finally
agreeing what I was talking about in the first damn place. If more and more people are saying it over and over again, if more and more people are saying this, we have to open our eyes up and listen to what might actually be the truth about today's current state in modern dating and relationships. I'm going to play this video one more time, and then I'm going to open up the call lines. I'm going to play the video one more time, and then I'm going to open up the call lines because I want to give enough people that's stepping in. I want to give enough people that's stepping in to understand what we're talking about so we can get right into it. Let's go.
If Adam had not allowed Eve to pour into him, sin would have never come into the world. Sin came into the world because Adam broke the order. We were not designed to receive from women. Your self-esteem is compromised when you have to ask your wife for lunch money. I'm not saying you got to be rich. I'm not saying you got to be famous. I'm saying that you have got to be the one who pours in, not the one who takes out. When Adam started eating out of his wife's hand, sin came in because the divine order was broken. This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now. Because we're raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you're climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away.
With that being said, let's get right to it. YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, here's the phone number, 215-509-8880. 215-509-8880. Callers waive all rights to privacy on YouTube and Instagram, in the comment sections, on the phone calls, and in the video chats. If you want to be on the video, seen on face, tap into my Instagram. I'm sorry. Make sure YouTube is not playing in the background so we don't have an echo. Make sure if you have Wi-Fi and you're in a weak area, turn your Wi-Fi off so your screen is not glitching. Or if you want to just call to the line, and the call number is right there. Your number is right there, 215-509-8880. Let's get it. Either way, I'm going to start off with Instagram because Instagram loves calling in. And YouTube, hit the like button, dislike button. The algorithm loves it all the same. And let's get into it. I want to know. This is what I want to know from y'all. Do you agree with what TD Jakes is saying? That's one. Do you agree with what TD Jakes is saying? The second thing I want to know is if you agree with him or if you don't agree with him, why? Speak from a literal point of view and not a don't want to say spiritual point of view, but speak from what everybody is saying. Speak from what the vast majority is saying. Speak from the facts that's being put out there, not statistics. I'm talking about more than one people is saying this message. So it has to mean something. Let's have a conversation tonight. Back and forth, nice back and forth. I'll be nice to you, be nice to me. No over talking. Let's get into it. Now, if I do have to interject or something like that, then it gotta be something. It gotta be if I know and you know and I know that it's camping. So, first call request is in. Let's get it. And even though if you're returning to my show, reintroduce yourself because there are a lot of new faces that are joining in, so everybody knows who you are. Let's get it. How you doing? Before you begin, I want to do a mic check. Can you say something real fast so I can see if I can hear you?
Yeah.
Is your screen skipping?
No.
Okay, cool. So just, I know this is not your first time on the show, but just for the new faces, introduce yourself and how old are you?
I'm Kai, I'm 28. I do Nori Tarot. Y'all follow me, I do tarot cards and all that good shit.
Got you. So if anybody wants a tarot reading, if I said that correctly, hit up your girl and she'll give you a nice little insight on your life from the futuristic point of view.
Okay.
I think that was a good advertisement. Yes. I think that was a good advertisement right there. Shout out to applause, a round of applause for the advertisement. I'll let you know where to I'll send you the bill later. So, all right, let's talk about it. So I played the video about like 3 or 4 times and probably a little irritated because I realized my thing hit the mute thing again. So I'm going to have to really pay attention to you, buddy. That mute button is not playing no games with me tonight. So let's start off with this. What do you have for me on the topic? Do you agree with what Bishop T.D. Jakes is saying? Or is there some parts that you agree with? There's parts that you don't agree with. And most importantly, tell me why. Why do you think, but not why did you feel? So why do you agree or disagree with some or all of what he's saying? And why do you think, most importantly, okay, what he has to say, why do you think this is important? Or why do you think it's not important? Why do you think it doesn't apply? Or why do you think it's important to today's modern setup and relationships? So take your time and I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to let you take the floor.
So first and foremost, I disagree. Let me tell you why I disagree. For one, y'all need to be careful about who y'all going to for advice. Especially fucking, let me not cuss, especially past this. For one, I will say the reason why everybody is coming out with the exact same message is because you're reading it the wrong way. Let me explain it. For one, I can't really take anything that Bishop T.D. Jakes said out of his mouth with a grain of salt, because if somebody is in a religion or in a background, they should know their history and do their due diligence. The book that everybody is so-called, reading off of and everything like that was not the original. The original was the Ethiopian Bible. That was the original teaching. That has been untouched for centuries. So everyone is reading out of this King James version, getting the same message, but it's not the message you're supposed to be receiving.
Okay.
So I think anything a pastor say is a grain of salt. And for two, it's a lot of things that Bishop T.D. Jakes has done. That it literally has done, especially as far as him speaking up on women. I will go back to that 09 scandal that he had when his freaking son-in-law and stuff was out there whipping out his stuff there doing sexual abuse. And I will speak on the fact that he decided to speak on stuff that's out there with him. And Eddie Long was out here having sexual abuse allegations. Again, I cannot take nothing that he said is a grain of salt. Now, I know why everybody keeps saying they get the same message and everything like that. And I want to talk from personal experience because my brother, It's three other, he got 3 siblings, and he is, he was the man or whatever.
Right.
So my brother, the way we got him, the way we raised him, was of course a woman is gonna come in and have everything. But your issue is not to have your pimple in between your legs feeling like you inadequate, feeling like, oh, well, since she can do everything and bring everything, well, I can't do nothing but walk with the tail between my legs. We told my brother, even though that female is going to come up and she want to have everything, she will be able to take everything, you need to show her what you can aid. My brother ended up going out and finding the most wonderful fucking woman, the most wonderful woman. She has her home. She can do for herself. But my brother learned that he don't have to do anything but, you get what I'm saying, money-wise, wealthy provider. The provide is in comfort. The provide is coming to her or going to her when she feels as though, you get what I'm saying, she can't handle all her stuff. Understanding when to, how can I say it? For him to pinpoint when, even though she got everything together, she still needs him emotionally, physically.
Mm-hmm.
He don't have to provide for her with money. That's the issue with these men in these relationships now. Y'all worried about, oh, she got her own house. What she need me for? Nigga, figure it out. She might be doing everything, but you don't know she cried in the middle of the night because she did everything and she ain't got nobody to help her emotionally. You don't know what she was going through. That's materialistic stuff. That's the issue with men. That's what I think, not even feel, that's the issue with men. They feel as though they got to come in with their big guns a-blazing, and if a woman has that, they feel like, well, I can't give her nothing.
Okay.
You tell me that's all that is to you as a man?
Okay.
All that y'all worry about getting that, I buy.
Oh,
what did y'all do for her?
let me stop you right there.
Giving her.
Let me stop you right there. This is an open discussion, so I will be allowing everybody to join in on the conversation. Keep in mind, other content creators, keep in mind that we are on Relationship Talk with G's. So the other night I had a smoke show, and I allowed other people to come on, but tonight we're branding Relationship Talk with G's. So content creators, platform owners, put your platforms to the side. You're coming in as a regular caller and we're talking on the topic. With that being said, I see 2 other people that asked. I see Queen Diamond X come in. I see Cash at Podcast would like to chime in on the conversation. I have no problem bringing y'all in to the conversation, but let me get her through first. And then I'm going to add another person. We're just going to have a nice back and forth. This is in my convoluted, laid back style. But go ahead, finish what you were saying.
And like I said, my brother and them, they have I'm so proud of my brother because I feel as though he the only man that truly freaking gets it. And they've been together since as in high school. And like I said, he's seen my mom, like I said, I've come from a family that's always been married. The mom and dad, grandpa, aunts, everybody. It's never been a single family either. And my seeing my uncles and my grandfather and them is the exact same way with their wives. They know that their wives can take care of and do everything. But they provide emotional stability to them, and it's like a duality dynamic. Like my grandfather don't come in there and be like, oh, well, you got to get, I don't got to do nothing for you. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I don't understand why men feel as though, oh, we got to be the providers. No, y'all can do what you can add to it. It's about adding to it. It's about not you doing it all. This is the issue that I feel like I have with a lot of these men. And I'm so glad that my brother was raised. You get what I'm saying? The correct way to understand that you're adding value. It's not about who doing more than the other. It's literally the way I think it is. I just think it's like how can I say it? Like male testosterone. Like they feel as though if they don't do the bulk of the work, you get what I'm saying? Like
right.
The woman is not valuable. And we had to teach my brother, like, she might got it all, she might got everything, but it's still sometimes when she feel like she's shaking. It's still sometimes she feel like she's falling. That's when you're supposed to be able to help her.
Okay.
And I feel like with the Bishop TD, Jakes and everything like that, us women, we're not raising women to be bad. You get what I'm saying? We raising them to understand that you can still take care of yourself But understand that it's people that can add into you. You have to pour into that woman. And it's not just providing, it's not just going to work every day and, plus doing 60 hours. Women don't want, we want time. We want to know that we feel safe. We want to know that if, things come around, you won't let us hold the reins and you're going to be okay with it. And you're not going to be, terrible to you, like, she don't need me no more. She don't need me no more. She got it. She don't need me no more.
Okay.
And men also got to understand, just because we waiting around saying we got everything on our own, we just saying, yes, we got everything on our own. What did you want to do to add to that? Now, can I ask you this question?
So he's had something to say about this to the conversation. Dr. Umar, I got your Cash App podcast. Just give me, I got your Cash App. Just give me 1 second. I'm just having a one-on-one for right now. So I get what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from, but try to answer some of these questions from a place where other people are saying similar things to this conversation. Wait. Hold on. Wait, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. So, what he has to say in this conversation, right? What he has to say in this conversation, I want you to take. I want you. Is there anything in? Do you understand like where he's coming from? Where he's I get his background. You say he doesn't have the right to say this because of X, Y, and Z. Right? He doesn't have to say this because of X, Y, and Z. But most importantly, okay, can you just listen literally to the words he's saying and actually try to see what I want to know is why do you think he's sending out this particular?
Let me tell you something. It's not think. It's how I feel. I'm not going to run around with the same narrative as everybody else.
No, that's right. I definitely want you to have your own opinion.
I disagree.
Yeah, I definitely want you to have your own opinion on it. But I'm just curious to what other people think is why do you think this message is being sent out? What is going through their minds that a lot of people are saying the same message?
Let me tell you something. Like I said, people can see a message and people can read it 10 different ways. That's how they're supposed to read it. But for me personally, and from me just saying that I raised my brother, we all three raised our brother, and we've come from actually families that are not single parent, fathers that have not ran away. I've seen successful 40, 50-year marriages. No, I can't agree.
Okay.
I can't agree.
All right. So, okay, no problem. So what I want to do is I want to bring somebody else to the table, and I want to add them to the conversation. I want to do a panel tonight because this is a message that is mixed. It's a mixed message to other people. Everybody has a lot of different opinions. I got a feeling that that's what's going to take place tonight. I want to play the message for those of you who just stepped in. It's a 2-minute video of what TD Jakes had to say. So I'm going to play the message one more time, and I'm going to add another person to the panel. And just a couple rules. No over talking. I'll be nice to you, you be nice to me. And let's have a nice back and forth. Give the other person enough time to say what they have to say. Now, if you feel like you're about to forget something, because I have a tendency to forget things, that's usually when I interject so I can say if I have a certain point that I need to make so I don't forget it. So I'll get that. We're humans, it happens. So let's play the message one more time before I add the next caller.
If Adam had not allowed Eve to pour into him, sin would have never come into the world. Sin came into the world because Adam broke the order. We were not designed to receive from women. Your self-esteem is compromised when you have to ask your wife for lunch money. I'm not saying you got to be rich. I'm not saying you got to be famous. I'm saying that you have got to be the one who pours in, not the one who takes out. When Adam started eating out of his wife's hand, sin came in because the divine order was broken. This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now. Because we are raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you're climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away.
All right, let's add a caller. I have somebody that I'm asking you to join the panel because I really feel like you have a really unique opinion on this. Whether you agree with it or not, I definitely want to hear your opinion. Your opinion is very valuable to me. So I just sent you an invite. If you could join us, please, if you don't mind.
Hold on, I'm setting my stuff up. You know what I mean?
Take your time. And
I
those.
just woke up and hopped right on your stuff.
That's good. I appreciate you, man. And yeah, I want to have a conversation with you after we finish this too.
No lie.
So
First of all, hello, the other lady who's in here. My name is Quinn. Nice to meet you. Hello.
All right. So yes, what do you have for us on this?
Good. I heard a little bit of TD Jakes. I heard like the pretty much like concept of like what he was pretty much saying. Is it about independent women?
So basically, his message was, we're raising women to be men. He's basically saying women, they don't have the need to want a man. He's basically talking about his take on today's modern day society where women have put themselves in a position. He's saying women have put themselves in a position to where a man's presence, a man's need is no longer needed, and how the only way that women get praised is if they are nasty, if they are this, if they are that, if they're basically, if they have masculine energy, if they have this. And this is what he is saying. This is the state of modern day women. So this is the image that he painted in the speech that he said. So I wanted to know, one, is he accurate? Like, is he on point with what he's saying? A lot of people are saying what he said in different messages. And it also sounds like something that everybody's all of a sudden saying after all of a sudden Kevin Samuels died.
Yeah.
Things that Kevin Samuels has been saying from the dead beginning. And I want to know, one, do you agree with what Bishop T.D. Jakes has to say? And if so, why is this important to modern day culture? Why is this important? And if you don't agree, I want you to give me a strong and lengthy explanation on why you don't agree. Now, from Nori's standpoint, she completely disagrees with the message. So I want to know your take on it, whether you agree or disagree. And then you two can have a nice little back and forth too.
I know I do about because you know I'm gonna agree.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna say I'm 110% agree.
Yeah. So like, if there's some parts that you agree with, there's some parts that you don't agree with, if there's some parts that you think is bullshit.
Agree with the extremity he's taking it to.
Okay.
In explaining it, I feel like that was very fucking extreme. And that's my personal opinion.
All right, go ahead.
But I do feel like he was making valid key points as far as, I speak on it a lot of the time. I feel like a lot of us women, including myself, because I had to stop some certain stuff, but a lot of women like myself, we're very strong-minded, and we feel like, no, we don't, technically, we do not need a man for anything because we can provide for ourselves, we can. But the thing that a man is supposed to do for the woman that we claim that we do need that. So it's like at some point, you gotta be a woman and just sit down and be a woman and not try to handle it and let the man be the man. So that's why I do agree. A lot of modern day women, they feel like they don't need a man. That's why they can't find one. Or it's not even that they can't find one, it's that the ones that they choose to deal with don't want to deal with them because they can't even compromise. Yeah, I feel like it's a work and like everybody has to work that for it to work. But some people don't want to. Like, some people are so set in their ways and like there's no wrong with what they're doing. There's nothing they can change or nothing they can improve. Everybody's different. But what he did, got some facts. It ain't 100% true.
Okay. Nora, you have a response to that, please?
Me, simply, like I said, maybe it's because of the family dynamic I came from. Maybe we just way different. But for me, like I said, y'all might have to specify provider. Is this somebody that's like, you get what I'm saying? Like, what does this man provide? What does he provide? Like, he just provide a roof over the head, 9 to 5, paying the bills. Do y'all just want somebody that's providing financially, or do you want somebody that's also, that's coming to y'all emotionally? Like, what provide? Because the way I see providing, I see it as under a spectrum of both. I see it as somebody that's coming to pay the bills, somebody that's showing up for you emotionally. You get what I'm saying? Absolutely. So as far as a provider, that's what I see as a provider. They gotta have their group in the whole. It's not just, just because a woman is like paying all her bills and stuff like that. I don't view that because it's other aspects of being a provider. It's not just money wise, it's not just, materialistic.
And that's what I was gonna go to. It don't make you a man if you pay the bills.
Exactly.
Paying bills makes you an adult.
Thank you. That don't make drop your dress. You're not gonna drop. Yeah.
Because anybody can pay a bill. That don't make you a man or a woman. That just makes you a responsible adult. That's what you're supposed to do. But on like a relationship aspect, a man's supposed to provide emotional security. And it should be vice versa as well. Because I'm just thinking from my experience, I see a lot of women who just don't give a fuck about how men really feel. Like it's just like they way, no way. And it's just like that. They may be able to voice their opinion, but it ain't really heard or understood. So I feel like it needs to be on both ends because men are very fucking emotional. They just don't show it because they don't feel safe enough to express that. And then on top of that, I just personally feel like if there's no communication, there's no relationship. Exactly. And I literally agree exactly like with what you said because it's crazy because I'm sitting there and I'll ask a man like, how you feeling? They'll look with the stuff face like nobody ever asked me that before. Like, who was you dealing with? Like, what women is out here that nobody asked you? Is you all right? Did you eat today? You good? You want to talk about something? Like, but they be so stuck. It's like they can't even emotionally tell me because nobody had asked them. Very true. Ooh, excuse me. That's soda. Don't you dare touch that down, boy. he on me. Oh my gosh. I'm not ready. You gotta find a good one first.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
You know what, kids? What's next, kids?
No, go ahead. Continue.
I mean, you know me, I don't ask for too much for a man on my end. Just do what I expect you to do.
Now, I want to ask you this, and I want to ask you this question without interruption. Same question I asked Nori. Why do you think that he is spreading out this message? Why do you think it got to someone as high in notoriety as him and as a pastor to have the means to feel like this is important for him to actually spread this message out? What impact does it put on modern society that he actually ended up spreading this kind of message? What is the importance of why do you think that he felt like he had to say this? What is he seeing that made him spread this message?
He's seeing a lot of people talking about
Speak up, right? Speak up, right? Speak outside. Speak outside of yourself. And why do you think he feels the way he's feeling to say it now?
One, he's a pastor.
Okay.
They do teach that in church. I'm just saying, they think that's how you got to teach it in church. That's just number one. Two, the platform he got.
Facts. That's it.
That's why he's using it. Because people always, I've been listening to TD Jakes since I was about 9 years old. So people do listen. They listen to him before Kevin Samuels was really a thing like that. So that's what I'm like.
It was two people everybody came home to listen to. It was two people that everybody came home to listen to. Okay?
Because I was listening to Peter Pop too.
One was
with the Miracle Spring Water.
One was Bill Cosby, and the other one was TD Jakes.
Very true. And then number three, I feel like he's only doing that, like I said, number one. Well, before I said number one was because he's seeing a lot of people talking about, like, you know, on TikTok, that's all we see. On Instagram, that's all we see. Everybody's making these podcasts talking about relationships, women being submissive, a man being a provider, being a man, and all. Like, it's a common topic, and now everybody's gonna talk about it, but nobody's really doing it about it. So everybody's just gonna get their perspective on it.
So now I'm gonna ask y'all her question.
And that question hard for me, but go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna start with you, and then I'm gonna start with you, Nori, and then I want to get a response from Diamond. Do you think that men and women alike need each other? Go.
Men and women is always going to need each other. That's always going to be a fact. But I think that the issue is that it's a compromise issue. One person is trying to drive the reins of a relationship. When y'all both could just buy extra horse, like, come on now, y'all can ride together. Y'all fighting over who can get on the horse, who gonna drag the gold down. Come on now, like, that's just what I think about it. Everybody is fighting for control. Why? It's supposed to be equal give and take. How Murray ain't have no control over Joseph? Like, come on now, like, I just feel like it's an issue where people. A man and a female cannot find duality. It's hard because you gotta realize you have to release the reins, and some people not ready to do that. Nori's getting a follow out of me. Thank you, boo. You be in this y'all too. You know me, not to like people. You know, I gotta wait a second. I feel bad. Yep, look, you a vibe already because you're rolling the blunt, but I'm at work, so shit.
Listen. This is my squad right here. Like, this is my immediate social media family right here. So I just never had all of you in the same room. And unfortunately, we can't do a Brady Bunch style 6-box screen. You know what I'm saying? That would be crazy. Diamond, your response, please. No, same question, not a response. Give me your answer and then respond to what she had to say. So, do you feel like men and women need each other, and why?
Hell yeah. And the reason being, I'm gonna just say the whole saying. You can't live with them, you can't live without. Look, my thing is this, you know, I'm a black man after I love my black man. I love the ain't shit ones, the ones that is some, all that. So, me personally, I'm always a man. And that's just that. As long as I have a woman, I'm always a man. Because I can't have another woman do it for me. She can go buy a strap on. That ain't gonna do nothing. She can grow a beard. That ain't gonna do nothing. She can go inject some testosterone. That'll make you a man, baby. I'm just like, you know, certain things men does for women, like, let me speak from just my perspective. You know, I can only speak from my perspective. There's things that, and I've dealt with a man and a woman. I've been with both, so I know. There is so much that a man just provides without trying that a woman cannot. So that I'm gonna personally say that women will always be men and men will always be women.
I mean, if you ask
You
me,
cannot keep the world going without women.
if you ask me as a man, I need a woman. Point blank period. I need a woman because, in my opinion, a man could be so successful, he could be the richest person in the world. But no man on planet Earth will be as successful without the presence of a woman. Not spitting game right now. No man will be as successful without the presence of a woman. What are the things that a woman has to provide to a man? One, no, I'm about to tell you. Number one, and we're going to put on the glasses for this one. Number one, inspiration. The inspiration that a woman provides to a man towards his purpose and the purpose that he's building to create a legacy that he will leave for his loved ones, his sons, daughters, and leaving for himself, for his brand. Who's his brand? His family.
I was just going to say his family.
Okay? That is very important. Men need women. Men want sex, but sex does not define a relationship. I'd rather have someone who is not as sexually advanced, because I'm a freak. Because listen, but would you want a woman who has the best coochie in the world, but is the most toxic woman that you ever met? Or do you want somebody or do you want somebody that is going to be an inspiration, somebody that's going to be your piece? You could teach her a couple things. You get what I'm saying? Because if you could reach me intimately, you may lack a little things in the bed. I could take you there. I could take you there. So sex is not a number one defining thing, because that's one place that I do not lack in that department. So for a men want sex, but men need women. They don't need women for sex. They are not trying to use women just for sex. Men alike. Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. Men alike want to settle down and have a woman that he could spend the rest of his life with. Just as much women say it about men. Men want a woman that they can settle down with and be happy with and spend the rest of their life with. They want that just as much as women. That's why that's why it's important to understand that men control access to the relationship. And a man, truly a true man, really wants somebody that he can invite into his life that he can spend the rest of his life with. Be happy, not be stressed. I'm not saying it ain't going to be issues, because like I said plenty of times, no relationship is perfect. If you're looking for something that's perfect, if you're looking for something that's always going to just keep you happy 24/7, you need to be alone, because nobody is going to be happy 24/7. Nobody is going to be stress-free 24/7. sometimes even with each other, y'all need space from each other. Sometimes you're hurting each other by being around each other too much. But you need each other. Men and women need each other. All right, what you were about to say?
I was talking about your terminology. You're just saying men and women. You need to say most or some, or because it's a lot of men out here that's just be used people for sex. So let's not do that.
True. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta watch your words, Brady.
I agree with that. But that point makes it important to understand what I said earlier. I don't know if you heard me say this.
I probably didn't what you said.
Okay. I said that, and maybe I didn't say it tonight, but I've said this before. Women have no problem. Some women have no problem. Let me add those words in there because you just said that. Some women have no problem submitting to a man. But the question is to whom they are submitting to. They can't just submit to anybody. But I will say this. Men have no problem settling down with the women, but a lot of men nowadays have had enough of what's out here, and they're going as far lengths as going into different countries to go find love because they don't feel like in a world, in a country, probably one of the biggest countries in the world, population-wise, all of these women out here from DC to California, they can't find a good woman. Let me make that clear. Me personally, I'm not calling out the country to find a good woman. There's somebody out here somewhere, and it's going to be found right here. This is not going to be one of those I told you so's later on. This is not one of those I told you so's later on. Oh, I see you went out there, you found somebody from Venezuela. No. My love is going to be somewhere in the United States, from the East Coast to the West Coast, wherever it's at, whether it's in Texas, whether it's in Philly, wherever. But it's a matter of you taking your time, you getting to understand the person. But I'm going to tell you why the message is important to me, what he was saying. TD Jakes. He's spreading the message out, whether you disagree with me or not. His message that he was trying to push out is for women to soften up a little bit and start looking at men like they're human beings. That's what he's saying. Men do not feel like they are treated as. A lot of men don't feel like they're being treated as human beings because he feel like today's society is full of a lot of women who feel like that not only because they're on that independent path, I'm an independent woman, this and a third, a lot of women use that to also carry themselves where they feel like they can be as competitive as the men and start competing against the men, to the fact that how can I say this? That demasculize them. Yeah. And they start treating them, they start mistreating them like the built men that they are. True men want the simple things. They don't care about love. They care about respect. They care about respect. I want people to get that through their fucking noggin. They care about respect. They never say if you love me, they'll say, if you respect me, you don't have to like me, but I'll ask you for at least to respect me. They don't even feel like they're respected. If they feel like they're not needed, they don't feel like they're respected. And that's what TD Jakes is trying to say. If you respect me, that shows to them that they're loved. That shows to them that they're needed. And a lot of women spread that message that they don't need a man. They damn sure do. And I disagree with, nobody's going to argue me down with that, because it comes out of too many people's mouth and they display it. They literally say it on social media. And I say this again. They follow the music culture of what's coming from female artists, where they say they don't need a man because they say, oh, she don't need a man. You give me confidence, but like, oh, I don't need a man. So they start treating a man like shit.
So you make the celebrity women that they do not really listen to no more, and they got more money than the rest of these.
Look at the celebrity level of this. I'm going to even take it to a celebrity level. Kim Kardashian and Pete just broke up. Okay? Do you know that Kim's mission the entire time was to use this man? Like she used every other single man? But she had no idea she was about to use somebody that really had all intentions to use her? Hello? He said,
out of here.
Hello? The second that she dated Pete Davidson, Kanye West stood there. He was mad as shit. He knew that he was screwing his wife, but he knew in the background, in the moment that she dealt with this man and his stature and what he's all about, he knew.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
He knew that she fucked up. So I use the celebrity example to say the narrative doesn't change because of how famous you are, how rich you are. You could have all the money in the world and still be alone. Still be alone. Still be alone. Like Vivica A. Fox. What was Kevin saying about her? Can't teach an old dog new tricks. They was on a podcast. They was on a show together, and they had a very heated disagreement. And she was talking all this smack about him, stuff like that, because of their disagreement, instead of her at least trying to listen to what he was saying. And they all say the same. They all say the same thing. They all say the same thing because they don't like his delivery. But forget that this is a 56-year-old man. They forget that this is a 56-year-old man. Stop telling this man not to be who he is. Just try to listen to the words he's saying. They are going to war with this man because they're disagreeing with how he's saying it. But you came onto this man's platform. Listen to the message that he's trying to say. Why are you here? You don't like what I'm saying? Well, why are you here? On these platforms with a man that you so hate because he has something valuable to say. Enough to where you actually hit that call line. Enough to where you actually hit that call line and decided to actually hope that he answers your call, because there's a million people trying to get in touch with him. And there are a lot of people, they may disagree in his face, but then they go later on, or people like him, because there's a lot more people out here like him. They don't agree with him. And then they say, and then the women out here are saying, well, you know what? He was actually right. He made her a better wife. He made her a better mother. He made her a better this. Because let's be honest, a lot of people that heard what he had to say, and I keep talking about Kevin Samuels because this is where I'm deriving everything from about what Bishop T.D. Jakes is saying. Everything is a trickle-down effect of what Kevin Samuels was saying in the first place. And a lot of...
Like,
go ahead.
They feel like Kevin Samuels didn't have a room to say what he was saying because
they never heard this before. So when he said it for the first time, people thought it was bullshit. They wanted to argue with him. They wanted to be combative with him. They wanted to disagree because here's the first person actually come out to saying the unspoken truth that back in the day you said this shit, you would get canceled. You would get shut down because people forever have been lying to you. Lying to you.
yeah, these people.
I wish I knew who hit the request. I would have tapped them in. If any of y'all want to join in the conversation, I definitely want to see if there's a man that wants to tap into this. Yeah, I want to see if I can get another man to tap into here. I'm just gonna click some random people, some people that I know are men. I see this person with a logo of two human sticks. It looks like they're in a 69 position, but I actually know who this person is, so I know it's an actual male. He declined, but I actually know who the person is. But you get what I'm saying? But am I telling the truth here? Like, I mean, what do you think about what I have to say, Nori? I'm not. No.
I'm gonna shut up. I'll give her the floor. I want to hear what you guys say. Like I said, with the.
Well, not even what TD Jakes, what I had to say.
Just no.
No? Why? Take your time. I'll be quiet.
No, I was ready to get fired, bro. Face. It almost came out with, yeah, baby, yeah, it's okay. Go
Here's the mic. Oh, wait.
Right.
The mic challenge. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, go take a step, bro. Oh, you didn't?
By the way, this is a lighter, not a gun. So, okay, just want y'all know that. But here's the mic challenge. Good.
All right, so this thing that throw me off my A game. Recap. Please don't do no long shit. Just recap, okay? What you just said. Yeah, literally.
You remember what I said, Dinah? No.
Yeah, because the nigga talk so damn much. You talk, yeah, you talk right. Hey, slow down, Jim, and that's easy.
All right, so long story short, I'm referencing everything that TD Jakes has to say, as well as other people with a similar message to some of the things that Kevin Samuels has been saying about the modern day. Wait. You want me to finish saying? Hold on, I gotta at least get through one sentence. So everything that TD Jakes was saying tonight, as well as other people with a similar message in their own way, is a replica of what Kevin Samuels was saying in the first place. And a lot of people disagree with the things that Kevin Samuels had to say because one, it's things that they never heard before.
Oh, yeah.
And number two is because a lot of people in the past have been lying to them. And the things that Kevin Samuels say now, if you said it back in the day, you would have been canceled. You would have been shut down. Like, I don't mean like shut down off of media. I'm just saying in general, people heard that back in the day, they never thought that you was crazy. But these are you got to remember the standpoint that Kevin was coming from. He's speaking on behalf of men. He's speaking on behalf of what men are actually saying. He's speaking on behalf of what men are saying. Now, if you bring a pool full of men into his therapy session, this is what men are saying out of their mouth, how men feel. And what men say and want matters. And this is what people keep forgetting. They're saying how they feel about how women treat them, how they feel. And I say all the time, a lot of people go with how they feel and how they think. When a man has to go to how he feels, it's an emotional feeling, meaning they're at a point where they're having these conversations because they feel like they can't be men in their relationships. They feel like they don't have the opportunity to try to be the man because these men are out here saying, some of these men out here saying they're being emasculated. So some of the messages that TD Jakes and other people was having to saying was a similar narrative what Kevin was saying in the beginning, and there's some points to what he was saying because a lot of women disagree with him, but they're taking his point.
You talk too long.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but all in all, a lot of people disagree with what he had to say, but they came on his platform because he had some type of point that made them want to actually talk. And some of the things that he said, they actually applied, and they see that okay, I was this kind of woman, and he helped me to be better. Can you agree? Play it. It's all over the internet. There's a million women and people. He had mixers on Facebook.
Alright, so because I'm gonna have to look because he asking the fool. For one, I feel as though the reason why wasn't nobody really listening to Kevin Samuels was because of the way you say it. It's how you say it. You have to be able to relay a message that a person can actually, how can I say, resonate with, understand with. Kevin Samuels came too hard.
Kevin understand that too, and he said that a lot of people don't like his delivery. He said it out of his own mouth, but he's 56 years old. Like, would you expect him to talk like he's like a child?
And it's not about that. My issue, like I said, with a lot of these preachers, pastors, people that's coming out there, inspirational speakers, you can't be speaking if you don't walk the walk. Yeah, very true. Why we listen to a 56 years old, mind you, died on top of the same woman that he said probably was never going to have no damn man, have no man, have nothing. He died sleeping on top of the very woman he telling y'all men to stay away from. So again, that's why I always tell people these inspirational speakers, bishops, you don't know what them people could be out here trying to spread a message and they not even following it themselves. That's like Jesus coming down and say, here the 10 Commandments, I ain't gonna follow this shit, I'm gonna smoke and drink all day long. But don't y'all do it. So that was my whole beef. It's just the way that he said, the way that he went about it. Bishop T.D. Jakes is an old ass man too, but people listen more to his message because of the way he conveyed it. He can convey it to elderly, he can convey it to the young people. It's the way he said it. Kevin Samuels, he didn't know how to relay the message right. And then you still telling these men, oh, you know, y'all could do better this and the third. And he was still over there flocking with the same other women that he told y'all to stay away from. So I can only take but with Kevin Samuels but a grain of salt because he up to the Lord up with the Lord now. But he died on top of somebody, the same woman that he said was disgusting. The same woman he said wasn't never going to have no man. He didn't come out married. He didn't even know what woman he wanted. He said she know how to make the story long too.
Yeah, let me get into these comments. Let me get into these comments. Okay. Oh, before I get into the comments, okay. I want to ask you a counter question. Okay, to what you just said. Does the baby have great music to people, or do they stop giving a rat's ass about him because he stays getting into a sticky situation?
My bad, I know that's cool. Thank you. That's all right.
Right? Do people care about do people love the baby's music, or do they just stop caring about his music because he gets into sticky situations? Now this person, a lot of people can agree that he had what he had, and maybe he should be locked up. Speaking about R. Kelly, does a lot of people care about R. Kelly's music? They still love his music, but do they disown his music just because of his own personal situations? Some people do, right? But his music, I'm gonna tell you the difference between T.D. Jakes' case scenario and R. Kelly's case scenario. R. Kelly's, if you listen to some of R. Kelly's lyrics, actually told about some of the things that he was doing. That he was low key snitching on himself.
He wasn't low key. That nigga was incriminating himself. What are you talking about?
The whole Trapped in the Closet series.
No, I'm fine. Telling me no.
My body is telling me yes.
What are you talking about? Your mind told you no because that girl was too young. But your body said yes because that's what she was feeling. Don't play. I know that started from just.
And let me read the comments. I listen to R. Kelly all day, every day, even if I even get hit to R. Kelly. Big Wang said, Queen, let's have some wine and listen to R. Kelly till it's time for you to cook me breakfast.
You really gonna make me some wings? Because you look like
Big Wayne said y'all should go out. She know how to make a short story long too.
Yeah, they said, geez, when was the last time you was on a date? How do you feel
He
about
says he definitely.
How do you feel about how women treat you? That was the question.
Hold on, I got your man. So I just want to get all the comments. He says he definitely know how to. Huh?
He asked that. I'm reading the comments too.
Now I got you. I'm going up. I'm going backwards. He says, how do you feel about the way women treat you? G's.
I just said that.
Right? Oh, I see it now. He says they don't listen. I'm assuming that he was referring to women. He said, what's more important, us or your job? That was a question for the ladies. What's more important, us or your job?
Why do you gotta pick? Who does it?
I'm cracking up. I was talking about Big Wing's logo, what looks like the 69 position. Pause. And he says, I only do 68. I still owe her one. All right, so let's go down in order. What's more important? I'll answer your question. I'm just going to go down order. He says, what's more important, us or your job? That was a question for the ladies.
You want me to answer that, Ernest? You can answer it first. I'll tell my man.
Uh-oh.
Because if he asking me to make that decision, I'm gonna say him. Number one, that's how I feel. Number two, that's what you want me to say. Number two, if you ask me not to care about my job over you, you better be providing everything I need since I'm not working. So yes, I'm gonna say my name.
Okay. Nori?
He said, I was talking to her with the mask. Okay. Okay. Me, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with my girl. We provide for everything, man. I'll drop this girl to dead no more. Shit. Like I'll come home, cook, but you come home after a long day of work, long as the bills paid, I'll be making breakfast, but they get with an apron on, like that man was doing it, baby boy, like. But if you can't bring that, then my joke is more fun, sir, because I can't lay up. You know, love don't pay bills. Boom. So before you ask me that, you better make sure you got your big boy drools when you can curry it. Cause I let you leave. I have no problem letting you leave. But as long as you can curry it. And for a long time, don't tell me you quit my job home and you got 3 months worth of savings, okay? But some men, it's not even in the text bracket to either ask or women to pick between that and a career. That's what I said in school. We talk about regular 9 to 5 people. People going by paycheck to paycheck day to day. That's the leverage problem.
You all like to sleep. Bye.
Wait. Hold on. Let me stop you right there. You said that there are people that aren't even certain tax brackets that even touch you, look your direction.
I'm sorry.
And what income are those men in that tax bracket? What tax bracket are we referring to? How much money?
These niggas at the corner store trying to holler at bitches with their drawers and they all selling the same weed.
Okay. I was just asking for clarity. Come on now, are you in that tax bracket? Do you make your own? Are you in your own place? Are you well off? Okay. Then Yes. I am in it. I'm not rich. I'm not rich, but I'm not in the corner either. You get what I'm saying? I'm not rich.
You're not gonna make a girl sit down and listen, not with yet.
I'm not rich, but I'm definitely well into my purpose. I have my own place, very nice house. I have my own this and that. I'm actually on the move. Like I'm actually.
Can you carry your stuff too, and still be able to carry your stuff?
You said, can I carry her stuff if I wanted to?
Can you carry all her bills plus yours?
Can I carry her bills plus mine right now? No, can't carry her bills plus mine right now. But I could tell you that. But I could tell you that. I could tell you this. It's the notion of the mindset of how much she thinks I'm supposed to make. See, the point is, Can I carry all the bills right now? If I wanted to carry all the bills right now, I could carry all the bills right now. That's the answer to your question. 3 years ago, I could tell you right now, I was barely carrying the bills for myself. Not 5 years ago. Because I told that story about when my past relationship, and I did the podcast called I Don't Talk Shit About My Exes because I picked them. But I took accountability in the places from my end where it applied. So right now, could I handle my bills and all her bills and stuff like that? Sure. But do I want a woman that's lazy? No, I do not. No, I do not. I could be $100,000 income and earning man. I'm not that right now. I could tell you right now, and all the income that I make right now, it probably grosses to around, I want to say about $70,000 a year. I want to say about that. That's a fair number for me. I've been working for myself for over 3 years. I've had 2 businesses. And I had one of my businesses while I was working the job. So when the pandemic put me out, I already had a business. And I just took it all the way to the top. So I gross around like $70,000 a year. So could I handle that? Yes. But do I want somebody that's lazy? No. Unless we're in a situation where you ain't got to do nothing but sit back. I ain't no millionaire. You get what I'm saying? But you're missing a point.
What point is it? You don't have it.
The point is, if you let me finish what I have to say, I don't have money to buy. I got a nice ass house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 3-story townhouse. But I'm not going to live above my means trying to get a mansion. Where I'm at right now is wait. Let me finish what I have to say. I want to talk. If I have this kind of lifestyle that I have right now, nice house, stuff like that, I could afford to tell somebody you can sit down and lift up a finger right now too. I have no problem with that. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm going to try to buy a mansion or a freaking $10,000 Rolex. That's living above my means of being somebody that I'm not. At one point, I will get there. At one point, I will get there. And we talking real right now. We talking real right now.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
We're talking real right now. This is real talk. I can afford the lifestyle according to the income that I am now. But the affordability to be able to afford a woman to be able to say that you can't afford that woman, that's a woman who wants $100,000 lifestyle. You have to ask yourself, does she have that kind of life? Do you have to ask yourself, is she reaching above her means, her damn self? Then that's the kind of woman that I can't afford. Or you have to ask yourself, is she the kind of woman that already makes the income and expects to have a man that makes that same kind of income as her, if not more? Let's be realistic. A man understands that, and they understand that they're going to deal with a woman that they can afford. They're not going to reach for somebody that they can't afford. So let's stop the bullshit. They're going to deal with a woman that they know that they can financially handle. Men understand that. Men are not. That's why I say this all the time. Men don't give a shit about women's money. They don't give a rat's ass. They don't give a fuck about women's money. They don't care that you're making $100,000 a year. They don't care that you're making $40,000. They don't care if you're making $1 million a year. They just want respect. If you inspire a man to get where he has to go, maybe he'll be in a position where you don't have to work anymore. And maybe he can afford you with the man. So women try to have a more open mindset about understanding not just about what they want, because that's all they think about, what they want. And they don't think about what men are looking for too. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's have an open mindset to what men want too. Let's have an open mindset to what men are saying. When I ask a question about certain case scenarios, A lot of people can say real fast about TD Jakes. He doesn't have the room to say this because of X, Y, and Z. Who gives a fuck that he wasn't saying it 10 years ago? He's saying it now. And why is it important that he's saying it now? I get what you're saying because of his platform and all that. No. But what do you have to say?
I wanted to respond because you didn't give me a chance to respond to the question you asked because you didn't even ask both of us.
Go ahead.
I was ready to respond. As far as you were asking what makes TD Jakes different than Kevin Samuels and shit, like I personally feel, because I get what she was saying, but that's why I like Kevin Samuels so much because he didn't give a fuck about how he said it. He said it so you can feel it, like he wanted to say it hard like that, so you felt it.
Right, because there's too many people that's playing around and lying to you, and they beating around the bush, speaking in grandiose terms. Kevin Samuels, let's use an example of weight. Sorry if this sounds offensive, but I'm just trying to use an example to what he was saying to show how very direct he was, because nobody else was being direct. He was playing with you. He didn't say voluptuous. He would just call you fat. And that you need to lose weight because it's important for your health or how much you weigh. You could be 265 and be tall and muscular. You could be 265 and be fat. I literally watched somebody on live get clowned because he wouldn't came up to show his face. And people that knew who he was behind the camera were telling him that he's a 600-pound man that's confined to a wheelchair. And that's why you don't want to show your face. It was bending the shit out the nigga. So don't get mad if the tables turn. Men understand the double standards, but when it comes to some modern day women, they don't accept the double standards. Because it's what's fair to them, they get their free pass to the club. Let me give you a perfect example. If you're with your fine ass, okay, you walk into a club, right? Fine as hell, ready to get eaten up like all the groceries from Whole Foods, not ShopRite. Fine as hell, you walk into the club, right? Okay. You get a free pass, but if an ugly chick comes in there at the door, she got to pay. Is that fair? Yeah. That's fair? To me. No, let's be honest with. Let's be real. Is that fair? Because she's ugly, she came in at the same time, and you're the hot chick, and she can't. But she got to pay because she's ugly to the. But I'm saying you're missing the point. Is it fair to her? No, it's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. So I want women to understand. I want women to understand that some things are not fair. They don't accept the double standard, but men do. Men understand double standard. Men understand the things that apply to them. Men is not going to try to reach out to something that they cannot obtain, or they're going to make an ass out of themselves. You can try. I've done that before. I was 20 years old, living like an idiot. I had 2 car notes and ended up both of the fucking cars getting repossessed because I was living above my means. But I understood that. I took accountability and I learned from that lesson. And I made sure not to put myself in that position again for that particular lesson, because you learn lessons until you die. Life is a lesson. Men understand that. So what men are saying, and my clients say this too. I have about like 6 clients right now. I don't mention this stuff because, like I said, this is private. That's private stuff. But what they all can agree and say upon, and when I have these sessions with them, they say that they're not expecting women to agree with you. They're just expecting women to listen to them and hear them out. When I ask, you don't have to agree with a goddamn thing that I'm saying, but just hear me out. That shows that you're giving me respect. That's what men are looking for, ladies and gentlemen. They want respect. That's what TD Jakes is trying to say. Not that he should not have been saying what he's saying because of his own personal life. R. Kelly did a lot of shitty things behind his music. The baby got in a lot of things that he couldn't even control. People was messing with him on camera, and he had to whoop their ass. Danny Lee, his baby mom. on social media, yeah, that was public. He shouldn't have did that. I understood that. You should never put your business out public. And that's why I did a podcast called about social media warfare. Never put your personal business out there public because you then make yourself a target.
Absolutely.
So her brother got involved with something and wanted to fight her and got his fucking ass handed to. And guess what? It doesn't matter whether it's her brother or not. He's not her baby mom. He's not her baby mom. That was none of his business. But he came stepping out of love because that's his sister. But unfortunately, he got his ass whooped. And did he step to him again? No, the fuck he did not. He came on there like a fucking bitch. Sorry, no disrespect. I'm just talking about facts. It was put to social media. It was put out public. You challenged him public. And that's what I said. That was one of the pointers I said in my podcast when I talk about social media warfare. If you expose somebody publicly, you turn them into a challenger who has to respond publicly. That's why you should keep your business to yourself privately. I don't care if your girl disrespected you. I don't care if your girl was on the phone with another nigga just to fuck with you. She disrespected you privately. You handle her privately. You check that shit privately. You don't be a bitch and go in social media. That's not how you handle shit as a man. But it's not the point that I'm trying to say what a man shouldn't do. I'm saying what men and women alike shouldn't do. You should never take your business to social media in any way or genre. It has nothing to do with relationships, just period. If it's something that's supposed to be private, if you tell me that your coochie is purple on the inside, your pigment is purple, I'm the only person that should know that your coochie is purple. But if somebody says, "What's up, Barney pussy?" What color is Barney? Who was the only person you told that your coochie was purple?
Actually, Barney is purple and green, so that's nasty.
You get what I'm saying? Who was the only person that you told that it was purple to? Me. Now you're exposed. Even if it wasn't on social media, I could have said it to a homie, right? And he was talking shit on social media. Now you're embarrassed publicly. Now you got to save yourself and respond to me publicly because you told it to me, not them. You gave your confidence to me. So what I'm trying to say is we can't get mad at what TD Jakes did and got exposed in the public.
Right.
Just listen to what he's saying. You may not agree now because maybe his lifestyle counters against what he's saying, but because he's a public figure, understand why he made it a means to even waste his rich ass breath to say it out of his mouth.
I want to make a point on that.
Go ahead.
We really don't know what the hell is going on in their damn life. We only know
what is put out to the public. What is put out to the public. Thank you for clearing that up. Now, I want to answer this question. I do not avoid shit. Bring me all the smoke. How do you feel about the way women treat you, G's? I'm very mixed on how women treat me because, again, I'm responsible for who I pick. With women control the access to sex and men control the access to relationships, true men who understand this have the power to demand the kind of relationship, the dynamic of how it goes. So if I have a woman that treats me like shit, I have to take accountability because I picked her. I'm taking accountability of me picking her if I choose to stay.
Hello.
If I treat a woman like shit, she has to take accountability. Even though if I was a piece of shit, she has to take accountability if she chooses to stay. Look at the situation that happened with the LA crash. The crash that happened in California.
She got 90 years.
Okay. This woman got 90 years, and I didn't know that. This is new, breaking news. You heard it first on Relationship Talk with G's. So this woman got into an argument with her boyfriend. She was stressed over her boyfriend or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. That's what led to, that's what, I got you. That's what, all right, go ahead, tell the story.
So it was a 37-year-old nurse, okay? A nurse in Los Angeles. She got into an altercation with her boyfriend to the point where she wanted to commit suicide. So she got in her car, intoxicated, and she went 100 miles per hour. That's what the article said is 100 miles per hour. And she crashed at a red light because she did not have to go. And she killed 6 people.
She killed 6 people. That included a baby, an infant, and an unborn child. A toddler and an unborn child. And she injured 8 additional people on top of that.
So all to 90 years for 5 counts of vehicular manslaughter.
Exactly.
An emotion.
From whom? A man that she could have left. This didn't just spark one argument. This had to lead to this. This is where we get into the psychology of trauma. This is where we get into the psychology of the importance of trauma and the impact that it has on your life. This was not just with a man. This started all the way back at home. And I'm not trying to hear shit otherwise. This started all the way back at home. You don't have that much trauma and animosity to where you want to go on the suicide run. Mental awareness is important, and people need to start studying that shit. Mental awareness has everything to do with your emotional feelings. That's why I ask women all the time on this show, what do you think? I guarantee they tell me all the time how they feel. And I'm talking tonight. Because I'm telling nothing but the cold hard truth. This is the truth. This is the undeniable truth. This is the reality that people want to avoid. This is true. We're not talking about grandiose, speaking in grandiose terms. We're talking about cold hard facts. Everybody's talking about it, so it has to have some truth to it. And that's all I'm trying to say. We're just having a conversation. I don't know her phone. I don't know if Nori's phone died or if she clicked off. I don't know, but
no, she's fine with it. She said she did all that stuff for toxicology.
I want to read the comment. I want her to come back. I want her to come back on. But I want everyone to understand the actual facts that's out there. And I'm not talking facts based off of statistics. Fuck statistics. I don't care about the. I don't pay attention to the statistic where they say 1 in 4 women will get married. Forget that. Reading a statistic, and I'm very opposed to some of these views on statistics. Reading statistics and going off of statistics is not going to change your outcome. You just evaluating what's going on with yourself and not worry about other people, not worry about other statistics, and just worrying about what you have to do with self is what's only going to change your outcome. Not reading a statistic. I hate when people go all the time and put statistics up. Statistics say 70% of so-and-so, they use that as pointers to go into their monologue or whatever they're saying. That's fine. That's fine. You know, they try to use that as an argument. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, it's just to bring pointers. But let's not use the statistics to say that this is what's supposed to make you change your outcome.
She said she been sent a request.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll bring you back. But no, I was just in the middle of, you know, of my ramble because, like, you know, when I get to this point, like, I'm speaking some real shit here. And, you know, like, you know, we having a real conversation here. I want to bring her back, man, because this is a good conversation. And I see Fatima is here as well, too. Fatima, would you like to come and speak on this as well, too? I like having you on here. Y'all like my golden girls. Golden girls, I like to go there. remember that on the radio? Yeah. All right, come on. I'm gonna invite Nori back.
You running your damn lips. I've been in the comments. I'm glad my girl caught it. I've been.
I want to read. I do want to read the comments before we continue. Let me go ahead because that's one thing I have a bad habit of, and I promised my viewers I would do better at stopping in the middle of talking and reading the comments. So let me read the comments out loud. Because this is also streaming on YouTube. Right. Big Wing, be nice. Be nice. She says she got to leave because you're not chilling. Let's be nice in the comment section. I'm going to get a moderator at some point, too. We're going to have a moderator that's going to work in the show. And we have something that's like completely off the point, like if it's like too sexual and stuff like that, I won't see it because I'm doing my monologue, I'm doing my show, but the moderator will see it and X you off. So let's be nice. I want to keep everybody here. Even if you two don't like each other, I want y'all both in the Guru's house.
Oh, I love her.
No, I'm saying even if Big Wing and Wi-Fi, even if those two don't like each other, I want y'all both in the Guru's house. You know what they say in Big Mama's house, right? Not me. I ain't Big Mama. I'm a man. But in Big Mama's house, she ain't care who didn't like each other, but she wanted everybody, the family together, and I want all y'all to stay together. So, let's be nice to each other. Y'all could be sexual to each other after the show is over because you won't be having sex in the Guru's house. I'm going to tell you to get around. So, he sure do. All right, so he says he high lower class. Let me read some of the comments. He said, I'm going to tap in as soon as I get off the phone. Okay, Nadir. Cool. Nori said, okay, saucy. Fatima says, hey, y'all on my way home from work. Shout out to you. Hurry up. Come on home to the Guru's house. Come on. We're waiting for you. That's not like dinner. Your dinner's getting cold. All right. So, she said, nobody said that LOL. I said you have to factor that in too. Thank you for the follows. I see a lot of people follow me. Thank you for the follows. I see she did that while sober. Who are we referring to?
The lady with the drum guy.
Okay. But but damn, that's even worse if she did it while she was. But damn, if she did that while she was sober, that's even worse. I don't think she was sober.
No, because the report had just came out. The report had came out that she was not intoxicated. The toxicology reports came that she did that sober.
True, because all they got to do is do tests. Yeah, and it takes a little while before that to go away.
My baby also said they couldn't really confirm because she had took some pills prior to that as well. So it came back negative. She still could have been drunk, but they can't factor it in because they can't tell.
Bro, it don't even matter what she was intoxicated or not. That's not gonna decrease your sentence. She killed 6 people.
Oh, of course. She did what she did, of course.
Yeah. She's not gonna do that. So
it's always like that karma. She had to live there the rest of her life.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. But just to ask the two of you, would it let me send a message to Nadira because she's always trying to catch my show. I'll even send her an invite to come live. Damn, it would have been nice if I could have got another man on here. I don't want to be the only other man that's just saying this. I don't want to look like I'm crazy. I want to see if there's other men that.
I'm a different breed, so I ain't never going to agree.
I like that.
No, I'm a different being, baby. Sorry, spiritual.
All right, I just sent her a request. So I'm gonna send one more person request. But yeah, man, we got a little bit. I'm gonna try to get room for like one more call. Oh, guys, if you want to call into the show, YouTube, you want to call into the show, I'm gonna put the number back up. There's a number 215-509-8880. 215-509-8880. Two simple rules. Can't overtalk. I'll be nice to you. Be nice to me. If you start your rah-rah shit, I will give you the boot. But there's a number 215-509-8880. Let's have a nice back and forth conversation. Let's call to the show. Let's get it. I do have one request. I have some requests. Usually people before the show, some people will ask me if I can call them, because a lot of times they'll forget they're in motion. So I'm going to give a phone call to somebody that asked me to try to call them. Let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and turn my good old speaker on. So give me a second here.
So are they talking to you or are they talking
You will be able to hear them. So, if you two want to chime in, you just have to listen a little harder because it's coming from my Bluetooth speaker, which is pretty loud. So just give me a second here. Sounds and vibration, connections, Bluetooth. I just want to make sure this is right the first time. Okay, so I'm going to call one person. This is a male. We're going to call him, see what's up.
I'm not available to take your call right now.
All right, he's not available. That's fine. But yeah, man. It's this is interesting, and I want to see if I can send this to Mr. Goodbeds one more time, because he was the first person that said make sure you reach out to me, because he wanted to put his 2 cents in on this. So, I want to start with you, Nori, because I was talking to Diamond for a while. Pros and cons. What did you get out of everything? The good and the bad. The pros from this and the cons of this. I'll start off with you, Nori.
The cons, I need to get off this planet. I gotta be the only one with some common sense. But it was really I really like the homegirl over there. Me and her might be on 2 wavelengths. You too busy going hard for the men's right now. We going hard for duality. I felt as though it had very good points. Like I said, personally, just me per se. Like I said, to me, it has to come out the right. It has to come out the right way. Not even you in the hospital. Like I said, can y'all hear me? You in the hospital? Yeah, I work in the hospital. I didn't know that. I just heard the machine. And I was like, my bad.
She's like,
because it's really taking the crap out of me. I just thought I was tripping.
Go ahead.
No.
All right, so go ahead.
So
cons, right?
I did like I said, I did like the good points. It did to me personally. It showed me how can I say it? One person could come out with a message and everybody run with it. You get what I'm saying? Without really fully without them really sitting there and thinking like, all right, everybody might be agreeing with this message, but wait a minute, how can I dissect it? Maybe it's some things that I need to get, more into. And like I said, as far as these spiritual, pastors, inspirational speakers or whatever, they could be, coming out, relaying the same message. But like I said, facts, you talk about facts. You also have to factor in what are they doing as a human being. And I'm not saying that's, you disregard that person's message, but you also got to understand, be careful who y'all listening to, because Hitler came out with a message. Everybody ran with it. Everybody thought that was a good idea. So I just want people, to me, personally, just be careful of who you listening to or where is it coming from.
Yeah, there's other things you can take from it.
Most importantly, we cannot change the demeanor of how somebody portrays sends them. So try to listen through how they're saying it and listen to literally what they're saying.
And
that's all I'm saying.
Because the way I'm listening to it and the way I understand it is a way that I feel as though other people can't, because of, like I said, you know, you already know about me. You already know about me and the other side. So I feel as though the way I see it, people is not going to be able to see it because everybody wants to be right. Nobody wants to. You get what I'm saying? So I listen to the message, but the way I hear it is not the way it's relayed to me. It's other factors to it. He's just making one message, just other factors to it. You have to factor that stuff in. It's not about what the person is saying exactly. You get what I'm saying in that message. You need to factor in everything. It's not about, oh, everybody agree with this person. No. You couldn't sit there and a whole group of people will agree. Think about the Johannesburg. Everybody was drinking the Kool-Aid because of what the pastor was saying. Because of what everybody was running with. Not paying attention, factoring in how he was when he got off that pulpit. So that's all I'm saying. His demeanor, like I said, he might not want to change his demeanor. He old, but he could have reached a whole lot of people. And had everybody in unusual to what he was saying if he would have directed and relayed the message better. That's it. You can still say the message. It's how you fucking say it. It can still be direct. It's just he didn't have a good way to, you get what I'm saying? He didn't have a polished way of doing it. Because you got what, Tasha K out here, you got Kia and them out there, they relay that message. You get what I'm saying? And they were there very direct. But young people, old people, elderly, people listen. Because she's saying it a certain way, even though she's very direct.
Gotcha. Just for those of you who just joined in, I see a lot of people join in. Thank you. Hi, hello, how you doing? Relationship Talk with G's. We're talking about what Bishop T.D. Jakes said about modern day women in one of his recent sermons, and why this is important to talk about in today's state of modern day dating and relationships. So we played the video a few times for y'all to hear what he had to say. Maybe I'll play it one more time for some who just joined in. We've been live for 2 hours now on YouTube and Instagram. Same thing to you, Diamond. Pros and cons of what you got out of our conversation today in the message from TD Jakes. Go.
You already knew what he was saying. So it wasn't no pros and no cons really. It was just like I already knew. Knew
what? Like state what you know. Remember, there's a lot of people that's listening. They want to hear.
If you gonna replay that message,
I'm just saying like just give me a perspective. I know, but what I know is not important. Is to who I'm displaying the message to the viewers. So tell us what you get out of this, all in all, after this conversation and what he had to say.
We came a long way. We have evolved. And women who have evolved, we're good where we at. If it's not our way sometimes, it's our way. So I do feel like modern day women do make it hard for men to just be men because they won't allow them to be men because they feel like they don't need men in a sense, in their need. Every woman's definition of need is different. So, I mean, this shit can go so many different ways. This shit can go so many different ways. Like, I could just literally say every different scenario, but so many scenarios can't really get into it. But, yeah, shit's fucked up.
Right? Understood. That's good. And before I play the video one more time, I'm just gonna give my perspective, because most importantly, I definitely will be doing a disservice if I didn't tell you what I got out of it myself. So we played the video. We played the video a few times. We played the video a few times, and what I got out of it is TD Jakes is trying to send a message. Whether it's a message that people would have expected from him to say a long time ago and why he's just saying it now, or whether it's just a matter of, you know, they don't care about that. And now that he's saying it, you know, it opens up their eye because they're not used to him saying something like this, because he definitely, what he said, took it out of the construct structure of church. And he literally was just talking about relationships. So it's important for somebody that doesn't usually talk about stuff like that. When he said it, he wants to send out a new message. He's saying a new message because in his department, in religion, in the church, it has some type of relation, because I said this in the beginning of the show. A lot of men have left the church. A lot of men have left the church because they don't feel like, they know that the church system for years was built around the likes of women. This is a fact. It was built around the likes of women, and things that big influencers like him, especially in the church, would not have dared said back in the day, or they would have been, they would have been crucified. They would have been damned. They would have, you know, they would have bastardized them. So the rise of Kevin Samuels and the unfortunality of his death brought out a lot of people to carry the things that he's been saying all along, that opened up other people's ears and opened up their eyes and their mouth to say, wow, somebody finally said this shit, and gave other people the courage to finally start talking. They felt like he was on the move for so long, maybe with a disagreeable delivery on how he was doing it, but he was doing it. And they did not, from that point on, they was like, there's no way in hell that we could stop the conversation. We have made too much progress, to those who it counted to. So this is important that we still hear this message, because what he's saying there is a fact and a truth that is coming from men. Men don't feel like that they're wanted by women. Men don't feel like that they're needed by women. And women need men, just like men need women, like I said. Men don't feel like that they're, and by women not wanting to need a man, or by some women displaying or literally saying that they don't need a man, or through their actions. If a man knows that this is how you're carrying it, they already know that you're not going to respect him. And that's the only thing a man that asks for, is respect. So it's the message that he's trying to spread, to open people's eyes up, to reevaluate yourself. And just soften up a little bit. Soften up, because at the end of the day, you are the ones who, at the end of the day, still want to settle with that kind of man, whoever that man may be. And that's the message that he's trying to spread out to families. As a man who is on a platform that's supposed to reach out to families. So that's what the message is. With that being said, I want to play the message one more time, so those who just joined in can listen to what I have to listen to the message. I'm going to play the message one more time so y'all can hear it. Those of you who joined in, is there anybody else that's in the comment section want to join in on this conversation? Feel free to do so before I tap off. I'm going to play the message one more time. I'm going to play the message one more time. So let's turn the Bluetooth on.
I'm over here doing my calendar.
No problem. All right. So here's the video. And I think I can, now that I got it on this angle here, I'm going to switch it. So here it is. Let's get it.
If Adam had not allowed Eve to pour into him, sin would have never come into the world. Sin came into the world because Adam broke the order. We were not designed to receive from women. Your self-esteem is compromised when you have to ask your wife for lunch money. I'm not saying you got to be rich. I'm not saying you got to be famous. I'm saying that you have got to be the one who pours in, not the one who takes out. When Adam started eating out of his wife's hand, sin came in because the divine order was broken. This breaks all sociological order to the culture we're living in now. Because we are raising up women to be men.
All right. So I got one more person I want to add in here. Just as a reminder, we're only talking about TD Jenks. Last conversation that we had, I see Cash App, Mr. Cash App. He just tapped back into the conversation. I only got another 10 minutes, and I'm going to shut the show down. But you heard a little bit in the beginning, Cash App, about what we were talking about. I seen you was in there earlier, and I want to get your perspective on the question, what the ladies had to say, and let's just make sure that we keep it only within the means of the conversation about TD Jakes and the message that he had to say. And what do you feel like that, how it relates to society when it pertains to modern men and women? So I'm gonna add you in here. We are on Relationship Talk with G's, and we are adding in Mr. Cash App. This will be my last guest for the night before I shut it off. How you doing, boss? How you doing? Sorry, I just get
podcast 215. We live from you know what it is. You must be age 18 years of age or older before you tap in the live. I'm asking you to be respectful. We do not disrespect another person's race, religion, or gender or ethnic background. Thank you for tuning in the Cash App podcast.
Wait. Hold on.
What's going on? What's going on in here?
So
she is fucking them fries up. Yo, she's not.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm gonna add you back in a minute. So, give me 1 second. So, I want to stay within the means of the conversation, and I'm really serious about that. Cash App, I'm gonna have to add you back at another time. I did put a full-fledged warning in this disclaimer. We are on Relationship Talk with G's. We are sticking within the means of the conversation. We're having a serious conversation tonight. This is a serious convolution. My platform is about, let me tell y'all about my platform. My platform is about, and if you haven't been here in the beginning of the show, we've already been on for 2 hours. So my platform is a convoluted, laid back style. That's how it's been for the year and a half. I've been in production for over a year, way over a year. I'm almost 2 years in. If you check out all my content, I'm live on YouTube as well too. This is a YouTube and Instagram platform. So I want to stay within the means of my brand, and there is no other platform that I have to allow to change that narrative. So let's go back to the TD conversation. So I said what I had to say. You said what you said, and Diamond, you said what you said. So my last question before I shut it off, because we have been on here for a long time. Oh wow, look at the number. I got a 222. 2 hours and 22 minutes. You heard that, Nori?
No, leave my spiritual people alone. Leave them alone.
So give me a second. I'm going to shut the comments off for a second because I can't even see your face. They're pouring through right now. So I'm going to shut the comments off so I can see your face. So we're going to go live again. We're going to go live again on sorry about that Cash App, but I gotta stick to my guns. I put a full disclaimer in the beginning of the show that we stick to the means of the conversation and this platform here, because there is a sequence of how I do my show. So I just want people to keep that respect within the means of the platform. Maybe one day when I do a smoke show, we can get with all the bullshit, but that's not that style of conversation tonight. I will be live again this Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check your time zone. I had not came across a specific topic yet. If the time changes or if the date changes, I will let you know. That's it, man. I think we had a really great conversation. We opened up a lot of disagreements tonight, and that's what I like, man. I don't want people just agreeing when we just agree with me. You see the comments still?
No, I'm telling you.
No. That's it. We've been on here for almost 2.5 hours. So I'm just announcing the next show. If y'all want to watch this back, you can watch it back on YouTube. I do want to speak to the three of you when I get off. As soon as I click off of here, I really enjoyed the two of you tonight. And I like the fact that, and this is what we need in conversations. We need to be able to agree to disagree, because that's what creates a conversation. That's what creates a vast majority of audience of people who also disagree with me and people who also agree with me. So with that being said, y'all, thank you for tuning into Relationship Talk with G's, where our conversations aim to keep you pleased. I'm your boy A1G's, and you have been welcomed into the Guru's house. But as always, I say, it's time to put your shoes back on, and you don't have to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Deuces. We are, you know what it is, over and out. You know, sometimes I've been trying to get that ending part like right and just play it, but when you have so much freaking music on here and so much stuff on the soundboard, I'm gonna have to see if I can find a way to separate this, because this is looking like a whole dope right now. Okay, I'll call you in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Geez, you got to get that together, man. You got to get that. You got to get that exit together.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Second timer. There you go. Deuces. We are over and out.
So many things we can do. Run for us too. We can do it, baby. Rose petals, candles lit. I clap my hands. Right like special the room. Baby, for you. Know you had a long day. Let me take away your pain. Give me all of your emotions. Land it like a plane on your back if I can hold it. Life is but a dream that you manifest slowly. So fuck a fantasy. This your motherfucking moment. This your motherfucking moment. This your motherfucking moment. 7 whole days, how you leave me on vacation. All inside you, I can't leave. 97 degrees, come get some vitamin D. Call your nigga up, say you boss a piece of shit. You mandated OT. Let me fuck you back to sleep. Give me all of your emotions. Now get out the park with that piece of when you throwing it. Your trick catching light came on, I might have to tow it. This ain't no Hell Kitty, but she ride me like a pony. Girl, it's your motherfucking moment. Girl, it's your motherfucking moment. Girl, it's your motherfucking moment. It's your motherfucking moment.